Hello, hello. Check, 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 check. Hello, hello. Check, 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 check. Okay, I heard some audio. I done did hear some audio. Hello, hello. Check, 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 check. Check. Okay, I heard some audio. Check. I mean, it's quiet, but I hear some audio at YouTube. If I'm quiet, you can turn me the fuck up. You have the power. Oh, I have all my stuff turned off. It looks like. Okay, so let's get the music turned down. Okay, I don't know that this. I've got a little thing where I can like treadmill. I've got like little like it's like you're on a bike or something under my desk where I can do my thing. But I like hunch. I have to I'm like hunched because I don't know. This is very not comfortable. I think if my chair were higher, it would be okay. But I can't actually fit my legs under my desk with this thing. So. No, good intentions, but I need to stretch out, pop my back. Where am? Okay, what are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? We're definitely not doing. I don't think we're doing Tailspire stuff tonight. That's for sure. We're not doing Tailspire. But this is such a beautiful shot of Yesterhill, and my resolution is turned way down so that when I have a document up, you can actually read it. And it's really funny. Tailspire runs extremely slow when my resolution is turned down. I don't know why. It's very strange. Very strange. The DOOMGEON. Can you see this? The DOOMGEON. I guess we should have it kind of over here. The DOOMGEON to the side, like this, and like this. I'm gonna zoom back out. Can you still see? No. Oh my stuff's turned off. Let me, I guess, turn my stuff back on. There's like a status message. Leaf blower outside. Audio off for a few. No, that's not the one I'm after. Isn't there like a label? Loki. What's a Loki? Sorry about the AC noise in the background. It's hot outside. Okay, I can probably delete that. There's like a Curse of Strahd voting label. What the hell? I have tons of labels. GM label, event list. We want the event list, right? Yeah, and then I think I've got a background. Wait, no, I don't have a background for that. I have a background for the chat box. So here's a chat box, and then there's its background, and I have to type something. So test. There we go. That'll make that appear. Is that all the stuff that I usually have? I think it's all the stuff that I usually have. Okay. Is that all of it? I think that's everything. So hopefully you can kind of see what's going on here. The DOOMGEON is a document, and there are some words on the page that I think you can read. I feel like if I zoom out one more, then you might not be able to. But if I put it too far over, then I mean I'm gonna cut off. Maybe that's fine if I cut off some of the letters like that. Okay, so for those of you that are not aware, I'm kind of designing a game. It's not a new game by any stretch of the means. It's Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup modified for basically tabletop RPGs, generalized to work with basically any system. And I've been working on it for a while now. Well, I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I've actually been like writing. And I'm actually beyond the I'm writing an outline phase. I'm actually writing like full. No, Notepad++. I know, someday I will update you. That's not today. So, okay, you can see this too. That's kind of neat. So tonight we will copy all of my DOOMGEON writing, and I'm going to say writing because it's writing. It's actually not. It's writing. It's not notes for the first time I think ever. I think I've written enough bullet points and outlines and table of contents enough that I'm actually kind of down in it now. I'm actually where I can articulate my thoughts about what the game mode is, and I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be interesting for you to hear because it'll probably sound like an audiobook or a podocasto, which I hear people kind of like. So we're gonna copy all my DOOMGEON writing, and I mean, I guess assuming we finish that. Talk about it. Talk about the hero system. So the DOOMGEON itself is system agnostic. It is system agnostic, right? It's more about philosophy, and then there are some like concrete, like when you're designing it, your branches should kind of be this level of difficulty, that kind of thing. But like what difficulty means in different systems is it's all arbitrary. Like, you know, if it's challenging and you're in 5e, well then there's lots of methods. There's lots of methods for making things more or less challenging based on like challenge rating or whatever. But if you're using a different system like Hero, it's very different. I think that's it, man. I think that is it. And actually, I'm going to skip past all of these notes here because all of these notes here are just like, you know, justification of the thing and my thoughts behind like the methodology and like why I'm doing it and the different components of it and the language of it and the interactivity of it and like the seasons and like a lot of the practical, like when I'm running the things, why I'm doing what I'm doing. The whole hero roster concept is very like, the hero roster is going to be very class. It'll be for class-based systems, pretty much. Okay, so let's go ahead and insert a page break here. Page break. Okay, so like I said, I've been writing a lot. Let's get down to it. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I just want to get my notes out so that I can then the system agnostic DOOMGEON. We'll start there, folks. What is a DOOMGEON? And I mean, just for the sake of the stream, what I'll probably do is like I'll read along with what I'm writing here, just so it's not just like a creepy you watching me type. I mean, I guess you could if you're into that kind of thing, you can. And I do apologize in advance. Like these are the hours I have to work on this, and it overlaps with the hours that I'm streaming. And so, you know, if my goal was to be a super awesome streamer, I'd be going and finding the right game to play to get the right number of viewers and stuff. But what I'm gonna do is actually stream what the fuck work I have to do. I mean, a lot of people watched Abject Nuts streams, and like all he did was write. So maybe people will find this entertaining. So what's a DOOMGEON? A DOOMGEON is an easy to run tabletop RPG experience which plays like a combination of roguelike, Doom, and Gauntlet. I don't know if I want to do. I don't want to hit enter, do I? One enter. I wish it did a little bit more of a space after paragraph, but it's not. Is that due to the style? Paragraph styles? Normal text? Update normal text to match? I don't think I want to do that. I would love it if I hit entered and there was like a little bit of a space. I don't want to do two spaces, right? Should I start it with a space base? Are you supposed to write it with a space base anymore? I don't know. I suppose I could pick up a book. I'll pick up a book. Neil Gaiman, right there. Spider said, and it's like space Spider said. Space. He put the card and the tumbler down. Space. So should I have my normal? Can I do like paragraph styles? Normal text. apply update normal text to match. You going to bed, kiddo? No, stop. Good night. Oh, there's no animals tonight, loves.
What about Tony?
No, we're not calling Uncle Tony right now. Do you miss Uncle Tony?
Fire.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of fire over there. It's not on the screen right now, but there's a little bit of fire. I love you, sweetness. I like your hair. You wanna hold the book?
Where?
This is a spider web. Mm-hmm.
Tony.
Any time to read it? A lot of words. Yeah, you can have Mama read you a book. A different book. All right, kiddo. I love you. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see. We're gonna see Aunt Wendy tomorrow too. I wonder if I can space. I don't want to fuck it up. Normal text. It doesn't default to normal text though. So it's not going to take in that space at the beginning. That's annoying. Whatever. Enter space. Okay, so the beauty of generating a DOOMGEON is that the final design can be used as a full campaign experience, a series of one-shots, or even a non-RP tactical arena experience. That's the truth. This system is designed to be flexible depending on period. And this is the beauty of it. How much time a DM has to prepare between sessions, how many sessions a group wants to play before the game ends, different sessions, how long each gaming session will be, how much time players have to keep notes, manage inventories, how much time players have to keep notes, manage inventories, like study, combat, etc. If the game should allow players to drop in and out, how challenging the players want the game to be. As I mean, like, and I don't want to, I mean, I'm going to type all this stuff out. I don't know if I'm going to keep all of it. As an adult with a busy life, this system is a product of my own answers to the questions above. I sincerely hope that this system might allow for a game style which fits your life rather than not playing because the traditional campaign doesn't. I put fit, but it's like wrong, but doesn't fit. Need to change that word. Alternatively, if not out of necessity, I hope this game style spices up your sessions. There you go. It's like a little summary, a little intro, a little it's a thing. Okay, so the origins of the DOOMGEON. All right, the origins of the DOOMGEON come from more than a little influence of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, Final Fantasy Tactics, Doom, and Gauntlet. Enough like a video game to scratch that tactical strategy itch. With plenty of room? With plenty of room for as much RP as the group wants to do. A definitive end and options for replayability. Okay. So check this. Enough like if you can scratch it to that tactical itch. Plenty of room for as much RP as you want to do. A definitive options for replayability. Okay, sure. The overall layout / progression and goal comes directly from Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which is an incredible roguelike where only your knowledge of the game carries over each run. The concept, I mean, it's fucking Dark Souls, right? And I'll probably, when this is revised, just be like, it's like Dark Souls. Everybody knows what fucking Dark Souls is. Excuse me, jeez. The concept, I keep crossing stuff out. The concept well into a TTRPG that translate. Wait, what? Okay, the concept translates well into a TTRPG in that is kind of how they started. In the olden days of D&D, the game was much more about challenging the player rather than a character. By the time I started gaming in the 90s, it had evolved much more into a delightful I'll put collaborative storytelling medium. Yeah, like I'm looking at you, Dragonlance. Of course, neither style is better than the other, but think about your answer to the following controversial question. It's like page 2. Okay. And this will need to be revised, right? A new character controlled by a veteran player is confronted by a troll. Is it okay if the player uses fire to absolutely wreck the troll. Oh, it's controlled by a troll, and then I'll put the character. The character has never. The character has never encountered a troll. Is it okay the player's side extra troll? And this is where it's like, there's no correct answer, but your answer does determine the type of game you feel like running. Sometimes it is fun to RP the wonder of discovery. Sometimes it feels tedious, and you just want to get right to the good stuff, right? You know what I mean here? Like, really, it's just like after you play a game, after you've done it for like 20 years, it's like, okay, I need to roleplay another new character, learning about everything there is in the world, right? And that's assuming, well, you could just talk with the DM and be like, my character's old and they just know this stuff, so I'm not going to do it. Or they're level 1, but they're worldly. So anyway, and I don't really know where I was going. Where was I going with this? So, I mean, this is kind of like I don't know where the fuck I was going with that concept. Some super lower women of the indicators are trying to come to transit spline. Is when you get to the right stuff. And then I'm just like, anyway, back to Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I have no idea where I was going with that. I have no idea. What was my point again? Question mark? I was talking about Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Okay, so just anyway, back to DCSS. A generated dungeon with a clear set of tough rules where knowing what you are fighting does not always help. With a clear set of tough rules. Okay, this is kind of like what it is. It is all about your individual knowledge, skill, and familiarity with the dungeon. Oh, and a lot of luck. And luck. A lot of luck. I'm just pointing out like why it translates well. DOOMGEON. Wait. And this is, I mean, there's multiple ways to run a DOOMGEON. That's the thing. If you do it like a roguelike, and I might not even. So the thing is, you can use this to generate a DOOMGEON, but you could also use it to like map out a campaign or whatever. And so I don't know. Maybe I don't want to start talking about that because I don't want to get things confused. Like I might just like use this as like the pure. This is how you generate a DOOMGEON, and then have a separate document that's like, here's how to plan a campaign with it. The concept as well. Player with a character considered the 90s edit involved. The latter answer the rogue-like nature of the DOOMGEON embraces the latter answer. Let's just get to casting Fireball. I think. Okay, so that was kind of like the origins. Do I talk more about the origins? Okay, so as far as replayability, there are several options, but the most appealing to me is a rough, humorous. What am I trying to say here? Can't spell that. Wait, it's a rough, humorous system of points which are awarded when a run ends. Okay, this is about points. This is just about like I can probably take out humorous where a run ends. Humorous system where a run ends. A run can. Oh my god, I don't even know where to go with this. I'm just gonna write down my notes because it's fucking chaos here. There are two goals. One, to get points, and two, to win. The former, what the fuck? The former of which is kind of nice. In the beginning, with the true elusive prize being a minimum win. This stuff's not gonna make sense generally. Once a minimum win is achieved, a group can try for another minimum win with more points, or go for a win with additional / optional, like not like milestones, but like with other optional challenges being overcome. For win is achieved, the group can try for another minimum win with more points, or roll for a win, or tackle optional challenges before. Once a minimum win is achieved, a group can try for another minimum win, or tackle optional challenges before exiting the dungeon. This is super confusing. This is just like word salad. Oh. Or both? Question mark? Or both. When planning for a set duration, X sessions over Y months, the DOOMGEON design must account for what must be accomplished. Wait. When planning for a set duration, the DOOMGEON design must account what it takes to win need to be carefully designed such that there is a minimum and maximum win within the allotted duration. Oh god, so wow. Hey Nerdy Secure, what's up? Welcome, welcome. How are things? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. So basically I'm designing a game that is Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Which is like, it's just a roguelike. So I'm designing kind of a general tabletop RPG system that's used to generate a dungeon that has some goals and stuff that you need to accomplish. Do great D&D sessions do 2 sessions back to back? Dang, were you running or playing? I mean, assuming that you're playing in them. Yeah, so just kind of like I'm designing a game system. I'm just writing down all my notes. This is this very word salad. You played in both. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Running 2 games back to back would be fucking super tough. A lot of duration. If you only have 6 sessions, a game with only 1 requiring more than 1 key item to open the final branch would be very difficult for a group to accomplish. I mean, wow, this fucking depends though. You only have 6 sessions. If you require 2 key items, the group will need time to collect them, claim the prize, and exit. Exit the dungeon. This is all gonna get deleted. This is so ugly. My first was a Mass Effect 5e game, and the second I played was my Tiefling who kissed her Tiefling crush named question after reading a short poem. Wait, what? My first was a Mass Effect 5e game. That's fucking cool as hell. So for that 5e game, what system are you using? Are you using the new Everyday Heroes system that just came out? Their Kickstarter finished. I'm just curious. And the second I play my Tiefling who kissed her Tiefling crush named Question. Is Question actually their name? After reading a short poem I wrote. Aw, so you wrote a poem and then your crush kissed him. That's cute. That's so cute. Yeah, all this is probably gonna get deleted. Like that whole the whole thing is gonna get fucking deleted up there. Okay, DOOMGEON core concepts. So here's the 101. Okay, of what a DOOMGEON is and what it consists of. Okay, so DOOMGEON consists of the main branch. The main branch with players beginning at the top and working their way down of the main dungeon branch, and I can say like conceptualized as a vertical shaft going down. With the players trying to get their way down. At the bottom is a locked portal which requires 1 or more keys to open. Bunch of stuff is crossed out. The keys can be obtained by exploring branch tunnels on the way down the main branch. To your knowledge, her name is Question. Okay, I mean that's interesting. It's an interesting name. Not sure how the system works for Mass Effect. For the Mass Effect game, I am new to it. How the system works for Mass Effect? But you, I mean, you just played, right? So like, did they give you a book? You know what I mean? Or are you just like a wizard and it's flavored FX? Are you using it from a source book? Oh, an online website? It's probably like what, Mass Effect 5e. Yeah, of course there fucking is. Mass Effect 5e. The unofficial D&D 5th edition homebrew for Mass Effect. Groovy. Weapons and armor, unique enemies. Interactive manual. Player's manual is more than a PDF. It's a fully navigatable web app. Cool. How do they get money? They have a Patreon, Discord, Reddit, content developers, and Discord moderators. Okay, we have a bunch of people here. Is this just like fully Powers Bestiary? There's no like. I'm just curious how they support themselves here. Bestiary. Challenge rating. That's cool. Appendix, skills, bookmarks, properties, introduction, license. Is not sanctioned or affiliated with, well, yeah, or any other rights holding company. Mass Effect license under Creative Commons. Oh, sick! Good fucking job. That's so funny. Is they kind of would have been ultra fucked until this most recent thing, and in fact they should remove this right now. The Open Gaming License version 1.0a. They should get rid of that right now and replace that with the new one. What's interesting is if they do that, then they could ask for donations, or they should do a Patreon or something. Anyway, seems like a lot of fucking work, and I think a lot of the probably a lot of the turnover that they're. I mean, I'm projecting a lot here, but it seems like a lot of the missions. All these people that are former contributors might still be contributors if they had been paid. We had a combat last about 3 hours and it isn't over yet. Oh yeah, that's how it should go. The keys can be obtained by exploring branch tunnels on the way down the main branch. Actually, this is another keyword here. A key branch is a thing. Down the main tunnel. With the final door open, I'll call it the final branch can be explored, and the I'll have the prize floor and the prize floor accessed. Retrieving the prize will repopulate many floors of the main branch, which the players must actually no. Retrieving the prize begins the ascent, which is the repopulation of many of the main branch floors with very powerful enemies. The players flee upward to reach the exit. Basically, the game is won when they leave the dungeon. That is really it. That is the fucking game right there. It was 6v25 hostiles fight or so. It seems like system allows for bigger scale fight. That's cool. Do 6 versus 25. That's what you got grenades for. That's what you got fucking. That's what you have. You know, you throw the grenade that pulls them all together, and then you whip out like your. It's whatever the power, the psychic power is, where you black hole them. And then while they're like floating around in your black hole, you shoot them, and you throw another grenade in there too. Oh yeah, I kicked the shit out of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. That was my jam. It was just like, you know, okay, I do the thing where you all like get sucked into a ball, and then I throw a grenade, and I just start firing, and they're all dead. Everything dies. I went through the entire game like that. Zero challenge. I mean, fuck. I mean, you suck in the beginning because you're not putting your skill points in anything other than the magic stuff. So your guns are garbage, but yeah. When they leave the dungeon. This is important. The theme of the dungeon and nature of the branches, keys, and prize can be absolutely anything. It could be heroes descending a dungeon looking for runes to open the portal to another plane where they can obtain the elusive orb of Zot, period. Or should I do like bullets for this? ... And then I'll just do heroes, like heroes ascending the and then we can do like space salvagers exploring a derelict freighter, looking for access cards to open the secure vault to obtain the heart of gold. Right, it can be fucking whatever the fuck they want to do. Whatever genre they want to do. I'm playing a character who doesn't know Mass Effect because I never played it. Oh, what? You're playing a Mass Effect? Dude, go get Mass Effect right now for like 99 cents and like play it. You'd probably like it. Superheroes fighting through the base of a robotic mastermind, looking for the encryption codes to access the cyber core, where they must destroy the villain and escape alive. Right? It can be whatever. The possibilities are honestly only limited by your imagination. And the framework your imagination, period. The framework described here ... is it's nothing and I'll say that down here. The possibilities, I'll say this, the possibilities are limited only by your imagination. Are limited only by your imagination. And then down here I'll use the it should be mentioned, comma, the framework described here is nothing which hasn't been said 1,000 times before. But maybe, just maybe, something about it being outlined in this book will make it click for those who weren't familiar. Some branches possible or use it difficult. Okay, and I just put, oh wait, this is like on another page, right? The main branch. Okay. I do have a pet Varan though. What? A Freddy ever named a pet Varan? Aren't the, wait, Varan? Aren't the Varan like the big fucking... Oh. Never mind. I was thinking like the Krogan. Varan. I would play Krogan. If I were to play. Okay, so I think that's that kind of section, and this is where I start getting into like the like descriptions of the main branch. Okay, so the main branch, and this will make a little bit more sense later on when I actually like I'll do a diagram, you know. And it'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, so the main branch. There are aspects of the main branch. Actually, I like to go over this better later, I think. Planning a DOOMGEON. Jesus Christ, maybe not. Okay, so there's aspects of the main branch. So aspects of the main branch. Challenges become more difficult and clever as the group. I don't know if I want to say players or group, as the group progresses. Whatever the definition of progresses is, goes down, goes further into the guts of the space freighter, whatever. Branch tunnels are present at regular intervals. Intervals such that the group can choose to deviate from the main tunnel. The purpose of a branch tunnel is to provide opportunities to get stronger before descending before descending further in the main branch, or to obtain a key. These branches are categorized, because I've had a lot of chance to read now, are categorized as there's key branches, non-key branches, and special branches, right? And special branches. Hey, what's up, Arcanus TTRPG? How are things? How's the Kickstarter? So I'm working on my DOOMGEON tonight. Arcanus, right? Arcanus? Yeah. 25%, 31 days to go. Let's jump over to Kick Track. Oh, nope. Kick Track. Arcanus. So Arcanus, I'm writing down my notes for my DOOMGEON game style design, which is basically a system agnostic. What is it? It's a system. I can read you my my first description, my little intro blob. Then you can tell me if it makes sense. Oh, hey, man. Good job. Like a weekend. Daily data. Hey, now. This is good. This is expected that it's going to spike here and then be kind of meh for a while and then spike on your way back out. I hope you've got lined up with your one person you did $200. Fuck, really? That's like 50. That's like 50% of what you have. Jesus, that's good. You got 3,000. Do 778 to 3,000. 31 days to go. Lots of stuff in your pack. Is 20? No, it does not use the D&D Pathfinder. What else? It's unique D20. Okay. We have D12s. Nice. Classes, level-less system. Okay, so here's when I read that this was a classless and level-less system. People opt for top tier with the special editions companions. Nice. So let me read what a DOOMGEON is, and I don't know if you've been following my thoughts on this, but I honestly can't remember. So basically, a DOOMGEON is an easy-to-run tabletop RPG experience which plays like a combination of a roguelike, Doom, and Gauntlet. It's system agnostic at this point, right? The document that I'm writing is pretty system agnostic, and then I'm going to be pretty specific about like how to use this with class-based systems and how to use this with class-based systems and classless systems, or in level-less systems. I need to just fucking send this to you. This is what I need to do. Basically, there's a main branch of this thing that gets more difficult as you progress. There are branches off of this thing. At the end of those branches are usually there's some sort of key item that you need to get into the bottom floor. You get into the bottom floor, you go in there, you manage to get a prize, and you have to work your way back out, and you win. Like, there is a win to it. And so basically, this really came out of my, like, as an adult with a busy life, this system is a product of my own answers to the questions above, with the questions being like, how much time does a DM have to prepare between sessions? How many sessions does a group want to play before the game ends? How long each gaming session is going to be? How much time players have to keep notes or manage inventory, study combat? If the game should allow players to drop in and out, how challenging the players want the game to be. This system allows you to basically design a pretty flexible dungeon depending on like your life, versus there's the traditional campaign, which is maybe never ending, that people just don't have time for. And there are a lot of people like myself that have like, I'm like, dude, I want to run a campaign, but I can't. What do I actually want to do? And I only have so much time during the week. I don't have time to write a story, but I want to run a game. So this whole system is a product of that. But it's enough like a video game to scratch that tactical strategy itch. There's plenty of room for as much RP as a group wants to do. It has a definitive end, and there's a lot of options for replayability. Basically, it can be, it's like a Dark Souls, more or less. So I'm kind of getting into the components of it. And actually, I mean, I'll just paste this to you. This is the game loop. That's the game loop. Actually, you can't see that whole thing. Here, I'll do it into. Can I delete that? Here. So there's the first sentence. This is a fucking game loop. This is nothing new. This is nothing that people have not been exposed to since there's been video games, basically. So the main branch, there's aspect of the main branch. Of course, the challenges increase as you descend. As you go down the main branch, there are branch tunnels off to either side. Branches are categorized as key branches, non-key branches, and special branches, right? And the basic goal is to go down. Maybe you need to do 2 key branches to open the final door, do the final floors, fight the final boss, and then get the fuck out. Like that's the short of it. So those are branch tunnels. Oh, I have like a special thing here actually. There's like special branches. Branch tunnels. What do I say about them? Okay, so special branches are smaller branches that have a unique quality. For example, a temple which allows healing or other game-specific benefit. They could also be a unique challenge. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna say that. Mainly that have a unique quality. I would say specifically, they're usually not combat. Specifically, they do not have combat and do not follow the standard a floor is an arena combat rule, I guess. That's what I'll say instead. Actually, I could go into further detail about those later, but yeah, we have a chapter in the Game Master's Companion to one shot. What was it called? Speed Brewing. How to quickly whip up fun and ad hoc adventures. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so what else about the main branch? Play begins at the top floor, where I guess depending on the game style, the game can be ended at any time and a score provided. So you start the game next to the exit door. You could begin the game and walk out the door and just like not play. I guess theoretically you could do that. But basically this is the exit door. So say you went and got a rune or you got a key item and then the group is like, look, we don't have fucking time. Let's just get out and get a score. So they could do that. And this is for like kind of more long-term, like if I'm going to stream this and have groups compete against one another and like that kind of thing. Okay, so branch tunnels. Do I want to? I have bullets here, but I guess they don't need to be. They don't need to be bullets. I stopped writing in bullets at some point. At some point, I'm just like actually writing in paragraphs. Okay, so I guess I could do that here. Like the main. Okay, we're doing bullets. Like the main. But if it's like a whole giant paragraph, I don't think I need a bullet. Like the main branch, challenges increase as they are explored. As the branch is explored. Quite often, this can mean that the challenges midway through a branch are far more difficult than that of the main branch where the group entered. It is expected that a group would enter a branch but return to the main branch part way through, having become more powerful from the few floors cleared. In fact, to promote such Metroid style backtracking, the last few floors of some branches should spike in difficulty. And then also, I mean, branch tunnels could have branch items in them. With branch items make basically branches easier. So if you have a themed branch that's like everything does fucking acid, and they go down the fire branch, and halfway through the fire branch they find the acid resistant buff, then they could choose at that point, do we keep going in the fire branch, or now do we send and go do acid, because acid's actually easier now and like safer experience. Okay, branches should be themed such that, and this is where we talk about it, branch items found elsewhere can make them easier. If not, then the rewards should justify the challenge. If there is a branch and there's no branch item to make it easier, yeah, you should reward them because it's fucking tough. Harlem Hale, what's up? Welcome. I'm DOOMGEON, and this is me writing the DOOMGEON, which is basically, it's like a roguelike. I mean, it's literally applying the rules from the game Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Actually, I should give you guys a fucking wiki for that. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Because it's fucking fun as shit. It's a video game. So I'm kind of adapting Dungeon Crawl, the methodologies behind Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup into a tabletop RPG. It's an open source game. Okay, so justify the challenge. The end of any key branch should contain an entry to a boss chamber. Basically, where the group can obtain a key by defeating the boss. Right? Okay, boss chambers. Okay, boss. This is where this is where the game's gonna get fun, because you could do stuff in Tailspire you can't do in any other system. For free spacer to use right now to use in Tailspire. We built a random map generator for our GM portal. That's looking pretty good under testing. Generates 2D and 3D maps. Generates 3D maps? What? Show me a screenshot. Okay, so boss chambers. So this is where I want to do like full, like massive Doom style fights, where it's like giant robot is like a half a thing and they're just like on this platform. You know what I mean? That, like, having that in the D&D game is kind of hard to justify, but in this it's like, you know, totally normal. Okay, boss chambers. Okay, the spirit, and this is where the spirit of a roguelike is that player knowledge is paramount and should be rewarded. To that end, bosses should be brutally difficult to those unfamiliar. Right? So the first time you see a boss, just like in Dark Souls, unless you were like way over leveled, you should fucking wipe. Like it should just be like a guaranteed wipe the first time you fight a new boss. But players should be able to use their knowledge of placement, tells, elemental / weapon weaknesses, weak points, puzzles in rooms prior, etc. Period. Design bosses as a puzzle rather than a toe-to-toe slugfest, unless that happens to be the boss's gimmick. And then this is where I say, like, I mean, I kind of just repeated some stuff here. Bosses should be epic and deadly with the group's first encounter likely resulting in a TPK due to being unfamiliar with its abilities rather than a lack of gear. Oh, the branch room prior to the boss should indicate which boss it is. I mean, I don't think that I said it. In terms of rewarded to that boss should be really difficult if it's unfamiliar. How many points in rooms puzzle rooms prior? Prior, etc. to mitigate the difference in their power level versus that of the boss. I mean, this is like think of the naked people in Dark Souls killing super tough bosses. That's the spirit of it, basically. Of course, the reward for defeating a boss should change the nature of the party and or dungeon. A key, branch item, unique spellbook. Just make it worth risking losing the entire run. I mean, if it's like, it's got the Necronomicon, and having the Necronomicon basically makes your wizard be able to cast spells for free from that point on, that's huge and like worth throwing away a run to try and get. Look, it's the boss chamber. Okay, so the final branch. So we've talked about the main branch. So you go down the main branch, and there's going to be side tunnels. Some side tunnels are going to have keys. Some are not going to have keys. The goal of the game could be you need to get 2 keys to open the final door. But there might be 3 key branches. There could be acid, fire, and who fucking knows what else. And maybe the group is just more familiar with fire and acid, and they know that the last one, water, is like really difficult. But I mean, if they're all like water-breathing characters or something, then the water one might be the way to go. But they have options. It's like a kind of like a randomizer in that regard, where choose 2 out of the 3. And if everybody universally always hates acid, then they can just choose to do the other 2. This boss chambers, final branch. So the final branch is they've got their keys. They go down to the bottom and they use however many keys they need to have to open the final branch. So the final branch is oops. Oh, sorry. At the end of the final branch is a boss chamber and the prize. And this is all fucking abstract, whatever prize means to their particular game style. So here's the thing about the final branch. As with other branches, challenges increase as the group explores. So if your final branch is 3 floors, by the last one's more challenging than the first. There should be enough floors in the branch to include 1 or more themes from the dungeon side branches. This will reward groups who took the time to explore and gather defensive items. So for example, if they go to so say there's the 3 branches, and from my previous example, there's fire, acid, and water. If they go to the trouble to go down all 3 of them and they get all 3 branch items and they have resistance to acid, fire, whatever, like freezing or ice or something, and they go down the final branch and they encounter those three things, it's all going to be trivial. Hey, have a great night, Harlem. It's all going to be trivial. But if they only went down two, well, you know, two out of the three are going to be not trivial, but they'll be tolerable. And maybe, I don't think they could skip. I mean, so that's the thing is, sometimes a branch item might be down a non-key branch. So maybe they don't visit any of the non-key stuff. They only go down the key branches. And because they only went down the key branches, maybe they only get one of the branch items. And so when they get to the final branch, they take full damage from fire, they take full damage from acid, and maybe they take they're resistant to ice. So anyway, that's kind of the theme of the final branch, is that like, if everybody's explored everything, they should be fine there. But that said, the final branch should include creatures and challenges which cause permanent effects to characters. This enhances the tension and dissuades players from entering early. Wait, hang on. Tension, delete. Dissuades players from entering early and makes the ascent more challenging. Basically, like, you know, your group before you enter should be like, okay, are you ready? Do we have everything? Because when you go in, you're going to get your arms chopped off. You're going to get mutated. Like, you can't go into the final branch and come out the same. And so there's a sense of like, you know what I mean? Like, your strength is going to get, your 15 strength is going to become 5. Like, you're going to get fucked up permanently. And so, I mean, I really like that, like, okay, deep breath, let's go in and just, like, pray that you don't get a really bad mutation where you, like, turn into a tree or something, who knows what. But in Doomgeons where there's a lot of, like, I'm trying to think how to put it. So you can design a Doomgeon so that there's 3 key branches, right? Well, it might be that you only need 2 of them to open the final branch and win the game. The third one is optional, but you could actually design that third branch to be so hard that you really would have to clear the other 2 key branches and an optional branch or like a non-key branch, and clear the final branch and kill the final boss. Just don't pick up the prize. Like, once you pick up the prize, that triggers the dungeon basically is totally locked down and you need to get out right away. There's like super mega demons and stuff coming after you. Kill the final boss before you're actually strong enough to head down that third key branch. And so it's just like an added challenge where there's a minimum win and a maximum win. The final room should be the entrance to the prize boss. The prize boss room. The prize boss. Oh, prize boss chamber. So here's the thing about the prize boss. Like the final boss at the end of the dungeon, right? Here's the thing about them. They are optional. Your goal when you get into that final room is to get the prize. Well, theoretically you could. You get into the room, you get the prize, and you fucking run. Because the final boss will fuck you up. The final boss chamber is special as the boss itself is optional. The real goal is to get the prize and begin the ascent. The boss should be tough and or technical enough to challenge players who have experienced all, I don't want to say required, all like basic. say like non-epic. Like I need a definition for branches that are designed to be explored after you're strong enough to kill the final boss. So all like the upper all the upper key branches, you know. So in this case it would be strong enough to kill, or they'd need to clear acid, they'd need to clear fire, probably clear water, probably clear at like one of the two non-key branches, right? And then they can probably kill the final boss, right? So all but I need a term for all branches designed to be explored after you're this strong. All non-advanced branches, it should have a, after they have experienced all not it should have a mixture of abilities from prior bosses as well as new combos of its own. If it is defeated, its treasure should be strong. It should be strong, useful, or potentially be a branch item for an advanced key. Right, so you kill it, and maybe one of my advanced branches is like hell. And if you go to hell without this key, without its branch key, maybe you take like, you know, I don't know, necrotic damage. You take 5 necrotic damage every so often. I don't know, something like that. Once the prize is picked up, the ascent begins. Okay, now we have the ascent. The ascent is some fun stuff. Okay, so upon picking up the prize, the floors between the prize and the exit repopulate. When the prize is obtained, right? Creatures encountered can include deadly encounters from advanced branches. So if you're playing a minimum game at this point, say you're just like, you went and you got your 2 keys, you went right to the end, you run in, you dodge the boss, and you pick up the thing. Once you start the ascent, the things that you're going to run into on your way up can come from these advanced branches and just like one-shot you. And so the entire ascent, you're just designed to be running. The ascent should be fast, furious, and well planned by the group if they hope to survive. Really, if they hope to survive. There are many items designed to be very useful during the ascent. For example, spells, wands of digging, blink scrolls, like, you know, invisibility. Haste is big. Haste items. Once the exit portal is reached, the game ends. There you go. Right, and that's the end. Like, you go down, you pick the thing up, and you fucking run away. You run away. Dude, I wrote a lot. Dude, I cannot believe I wrote this much about this in, like, not very much time at all. Okay, so generating a DOOMGEON. And this actually, oh, you're looking. Okay, so generate a DOOMGEON. So all I say here is, like, choose your style. You've got a standard campaign, like a standard ongoing campaign. You've got a set duration. right? Like a fast pace. I don't know why I wrote this there. It doesn't make any sense. If used to generate content for a standard ongoing campaign, I might just pull this shit out. Then no special steps are involved to constrain it. Plan whatever duration you like for both session length and number. Do what feels right. So if you're using this system of generation to do a traditional game, then it doesn't really matter. That's the thing. It just doesn't really matter. Simply because if you have the time to run a standard campaign, you can use this to generate your standard campaign. It's not the original goal of this, but you could use it that way. It doesn't fucking matter. If you are planning to play for a set number of sessions, plan the length of the DOOMGEON such that a minimum win, the fewest number of floors, the fewest number of traversed floors to get the prize and exit, such that a minimum win is possible with some time to spare. This will give the party flexibility to make mistakes, explore for power/items, or go for a non-minimum win where they obtain more keys than necessary. So, in the example that I gave where we have 3 key branches, but you only need 2 to win. If you get the 3rd, you just get more points when you leave. And even bragging rights, I guess. Okay, so now we get on to like some more practical stuff. Planning a DOOMGEON in a given duration. An example. Okay, let's say your group wants to play a weekly game for 3 months before one of the members starts a new job. You talk about scheduling and a session of 3 hours sounds about right. Okay? So, given those constraints, 4 sessions at 3 hours each. Wait, 4 sessions? No. Wait, what? Hang on. No. Oh, so 4 sessions per month for 3 months is 12 sessions. If each session is 3 hours, it is a total of something. Is it 36? 12 sessions, it's 36, right? Oh, like 36 hours. Let's say they choose 5e, right? The group chooses the system. Wait. The group chooses to play D&D 5e as their system. And I'll put like which is a class-based system. Actually, I mean that part doesn't even really fucking matter, right? That doesn't really matter. Okay. The group then talks about how long each floor should take. And a floor is basically like an arena fight. Should take. They agree that an hour per floor or per like arena style combat is a good maximum duration before everyone might need a break or start checking out mentally. If each session has about 30 minutes of banter and logistics, that leaves about 3 floors of exploration per session. At peak, which is totally impractical, the group could complete 2.5 hours times 12 sessions. I should put that up here. A session of 3 hours sounds about right. With each having 30 minutes of banter. And so then I can give this first session. If each session is, I'll just put it here. 2.5 hours. That is a total of, oh God, calculator save me. 2.5 times 12. That means 30 hours. That'll 30 hours. 2.5 times 12. So this leaves about 3 floors of exploration per session. At peak, which is totally impractical, the group could complete 30 floors. Right? No, this is not right. It's like 2.5 or some weird shit. God damn it. I mean, we could... I'll say close. Leaves. They agree that an hour per floor is a good maximum duration, but everyone might need a break or just searching. This leaves roughly 3 floors of exploration per session. I mean, they're gonna average out, right? So at peak, which is right, the group can complete check this math, please. This math is whack. Actually, I should do that. I should just like write a like. I'm just gonna write it in. Dear God, check this math. It is gross. Welcome to project management. I want to comment. Check the math. Yeah, so anyway, at peak, which is totally impractical, you could complete 30 floors. 30 floors. Do I say anything? Okay. The GM decides that a realistic number of max floors would be 25. They decide a minimum. Actually, the GM decide. Actually, I have this like 25 with a minimum win. Being 18 floors. Being 18 floors. Being 18 floors. Which provides lots of room to explore and power up before the boss. Right? Oh god, what is all this? This is where we start getting into like the crunchy bits, right? So they decide to have 2 key branches, 1 non-key branch, and a longer final branch. Right, so this is where these start coming into play. We have 2 key branches, 1 non-key branch, and a longer final branch. Is that what I actually end up doing? Non-key. Actually, in this example, I have 3 key branches. I have 3 key branches. This is a minimum win. So this is a minimum run. They decide a minimum win would consist of 2 key branches, 1 non-key branch. So this is a minimum win. And this is how it pans out. Actually, I need to insert a table. I don't know how big this table needs to be. Actually, I kind of feel like where's my? I do a second one. That's like really fucking weird looking. Wait, is this the one that I do the? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I need to have 1, 3, 4 columns. 2, 3, 4. Actually, I don't know how many I need to have here. So this is what our Doom is going to look like. So this is going to be basically like required. Branch name, floors, and then boss. Is that what this is? Like boss chamber. Insert row below, Control Y. So this is going to be the main branch. It's going to have 5 floors, no boss chamber. Then we have key branch 1, which will have 2 and yes, which is 1. Key branch 2, which also has 2, yes, 1. And then key branch 3, 2, yes, it has 1. Then we've got non-key, and it's going to have 4, no boss. Then we've got the final branch. The final branch is going to have only 2, actually, and then it's going to have, well, I mean, yes, it's like prize of 1. But then there's the ascent. So we're not going to literally go up every single of the 5 floors, but we determine how many floors the ascent is going to be. And so in this case, it's going to be 4. And then what we would do here is we would say it's a total of 4, but it's going to be for, and then what we would do, we'd do like, we'll do, one's going to be, the ascent floors will likely be faster. Oh yeah. Also, I mean, there's that. Oh, actually, I'm not getting into themes quite yet. So the ascent's going to be 4 with none. So, required. Yes. Well, I mean, actually, we don't know. Like, so star, like, star. 2 out of the 3 need to be done. Non-key is not required. Final, yes. 2 keys. And then, I mean, of course, the ascent, right? Kind of goes without saying. So if we total these up, we should have a minimum run. Insert row below. I don't know how to display this. So here it'd be like minimum win 18, maximum win. I have 24 here, but is that correct? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 21, 25. So maximum is actually 25. Right? Yep, that's what I've got. And then yeah, we have a note here like note ascent floors are faster. I should put that under the ascent thing. Like the ascent once the research game ends. Traversing ascent floors are usually a lot quicker to complete, as the goal is not to defeat everything. Yeah, okay, so blah 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 blah. So yeah, minimum win, maximum win, bunch of math. Okay, so now that we have decided on the number of branches and floors, it is time to decide themes and key items. Actually, I mean, at this point, actually, I have a section later where we determine themes and branch items. Like, this is like this whole section. So considering the group is using D&D 5.1, they are okay. They're fine with the. Okay, I say we here. Now that the GM has decided on the number of branches and floors, it's time to decide the themes. They decide to use. Wait, hang on. The players are familiar with the default genre of high fantasy and its associated. Wait, what do I say here? Oh, this is the overall theme, right? Themes. Okay, consider group is using but the players are familiar with the default genre of high fantasy, and so that is chosen as the theme of the dungeon. It is chosen as the overall theme of the dungeon. Okay, In that vein, the GM decides the main branch will be a traditional cavern. Two of the key branches will be element. Actually, do I need a comma here? Two of the key branches will be elemental. One will be creature themed. The non-key will be I said biome based, but is that true? I don't think I actually did. No, I didn't do a biome. I did another creature. Oh, actually, well, the Hydra is is a biome. Will be biome. Actually, I don't do that. I do poison. What the fuck do I do here? I do a poison branch. I do acid, poison, a Hydra, and orc. So one of the main branches, traditional cavern. Two key branches will be elemental. One will be creature themed. The non-key will be actually actually it's gonna be creature themed too. It will be it'll be like a village. Like it'll be will be some sort of civilization. The non-key is some sort of civilization. The final branch will be a fortress. Will be a castle fortress. Right? For bosses, the GM decides to keep them in line with the branch themes rather than be sneaky. And we'll figure out when we get there. You know, there won't be any ice bosses at the end of a fire themed branch. For example, there won't be any. With the themes selected, the GM can now choose whether or not to use branch items, which they do. So, wanting to promote backtracking, the GM wants the key branch 1 item to be in key branch 3, and the branch 2 item to be midway through the non-key branch. And so what I'll do here is once we do the branch 1 item, branch 1 being like the branch available at the highest floor of the main branch. Lower along branch lower along the main. Further down branch. It'll make sense in a moment. Midway through the non-key branch, the GM is indecisive, so rolls on some random tables to determine elemental / creature types. Here is what they come up with. And so basically we're going to copy this table. And we're just going to go main, caverns, key branch 1, acid, key branch 2, Hydra swamp, Key branch 3 is now poison. And has... Oh, I can make this like a ton smaller, right? And actually I can move this node over here. Right? I can do this here. 2 keys. Okay, and so, and then what else we say here? We say that the poison branch, branch item, acid resist. And then we say the non... Oh, actually, there's another one. Damn it. Non-key is the Warrens. Oh, non-key here is Orc Warrens. Orc Warrens. Branch item, excuse me, is acid. Floor 2, poison resist. Floor 2, poison resist. Actually, I can make this way smaller too. Then we've got... Actually, I could probably make it two... Can I make a new column here? Insert column right. Let's see if I have room for this shit. I probably do. I can probably move these over. Beam. Caverns. And then I actually can do this for branch item. Poison resist. Get a little bit more space here. I don't need to put this here. Actually, the Ascent's going to have its own themes, right? Like we mentioned that before. It's like one. Actually, did I put on here? Oh, so on the Ascent, I do 1 castle, 3 cavern, 1 acid, 1 poison, 1 robot. That'll be cool. The theme of the... Oh, I need to put the prize guy in here, like... Prize boss. I think the theme is robot. And then 1. Something like that is what we end up with. Shit. I could color code it with like it being required. Okay, so this is what we end up with. This is our new table. And I mean, I don't know. I'll take the other one and delete it or do whatever and like bring it back up there. Okay, so we have our new table now. With all the themes and branches and branch depths decided, the GM should have an idea of the relative difficulty of each lore. The representative numbers here will have different interpretations. We'll have different. Wait. What the fuck? Interpretations, depending on the TTRPG, on the tabletop RPG system used, and the power level of the party. I would say TTRPG system used. In general, a one is how strong the party is when they first enter the dungeon. The GM also takes this opportunity to create a visual map of the dungeon. So this is where things are going to get strange. How do I represent this? Because I just did it on graph paper and it makes sense to me, right? Can I do this in like a table? I don't think so. Visio, how do I do this? GIMP, fucking hell. I could do it in Tailspire. Oh man. Okay, so I want it to be a visual map of the dungeon. I mean, how do they do it? How do they do it here? Where's the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup wiki? There's Android ports to the game? That's fucking cool as hell. There's a console version? I mean, so what's nice is you can go watch people play. It's pretty fucking rad. It's like Chaos. What is the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup wiki? It's like, yeah, crawl.chaosforge. Last update September 2022. It's like branches. Dungeon map branches. Here we go. This is how they organize it. So the dungeon is 15 levels. The temple can display between level 4 to 7, and there's one level of it. The lair is between level 8 and level 11, and it has 5 levels. Actually, it used to have a lot more. It used to have like 7. The swamp is lair level 2 or 3, and it has a rune. The shoals is so you go down to the lair, and from the lair you can get to all these branches. So the current design that I have has the primary dungeon, right, with branches that just go off. But in actual crawl, like, your branches can have branches, pretty much. And so, and then you go down into the depths, and there's the abyss, and then I don't even know how to get the pandemonium. Portals in the depths, infinite number of non-revisable levels. Fibers. So that's the thing about pandemonium, is if, like, you go to a floor and there's a rune there and you miss it, you're done and you can't get it. There are a total of at least 100 levels in the game, plus 2 infinite realms, being the abyss and pandemonium. They are nearly always contain about above average elite useful experience. miscellaneous portals. Oh yeah. So portals take you to basically a portal would be like a special branch as far as I've thought about them. So how do I want to draw this out? Okay, I think I have an idea. So we're gonna do another table, and I'm gonna go, I guess, like here. And so it's gonna be like, so there's the main branch, then there is the like a side branch. So there's main branch, and I don't think it's gonna go any. So for each of these I need the challenge level of it, right? So one column to the left. And then for each of the branches, the different branches can have difficulties. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. Like floor 1 should be so hard, floor 2 should be so hard. This is going to be hard to display. And so it's going to be weird. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I'll do 5, right? So what we're going to have here is main branch level 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll add another one to the bottom. I don't know that this is going to be the right way to do this. For 5, right? And then we've got I guess like challenge, or should I have it to the right just so it like matches the other ones? I have no idea what I'm doing. Challenge. That word is too fucking big though, and I don't want to do like CR. Diff. I can do diff. Okay, so basically how I kind of thought about this was like diff 1, 1.5, 2, 3, and 5. We'll do that. So this is the relative difficulty, right? And so let's say Orc Warrens is a branch off of here, and this is like a it'll be a non-rune branch. I wonder if I could have like a branch type. It doesn't really matter. Warrens. I can do like no rune. I don't know. No key. And then okay, so here we've got 1, 2 boss. No, that won't work. 1, 2. Because, well, then I need a column for their difficulties, like 1 diff, 2 diff. Fuck. How do I do this? Maybe in parentheses I put the difficulty level. I could just do this. And then I can go like diff, like that. That might be the way. And then 0.5, 2, 3, 5. I guess. We can try it. Let me go pop our branch back in here. Orc Warrens. Minus key. Okay, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, and actually, Orc has 4 in this regard. And so Orc Warrens, the difficulty here, what did I do? I did a 1. Oh, wait. I mean, I guess this works out, right? What do these numbers at the top even mean, then? They don't even need to be there. If I'm doing this number, if I'm doing like this, 1, 1. But I could do diff here. I don't know what I'm doing. There's a better way to present this data, but I'm not going to get into it right now. 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be 5, and then we're going to get super fucking hard. We're going to 9. Like, Orc 4 will fuck you up. Don't go to Orc 4. Get wrecked. And that's also the kind of thing that players would not know. Like, the first time they played, they would not know that going to Orc 4 is absolute suicide. Okay, so then we've got here, and so this is going to be acid key. Actually, I can just remove this if the key ones have key on them. So here we've got a key, we've got 1, and it's going to have difficulty 2. And we've got 2, which is going to have difficulty 4. And then we've got boss, which is difficulty whatever, we don't know yet. I didn't write it in. Boss, which is 6. Probably 6. Something like that. Hey, what's up, Hollow? Okay, so acid. Then here we've got Hydra, which does have a key, and it's gonna have the same. It's gonna have the same progression, where floor 1 is difficulty 2, floor 2 is difficulty 4, and we've got a boss at difficulty 6. Same deal. And then 4 is going to be poison, which also has a key. And it's the exact same. Actually, no, it's a little harder. Yeah, 1 is going to be 3, and then 2 is actually going to be 6, and then boss is going to be I can go 8. Somebody nephew's birthday. Oh yeah, go have fun. Yeah, watch the VOD. I mean, watch it on 2 times speed. I recommend. So this is going to be final. And then here, I don't think I even wrote it in, because I wrote some rules afterwards as far as like difficulty depending on what your thing is. And you could totally have more than one. Like, I could have a row below this where you have like 2 branches off of the main. And I'm almost going to put question marks in here. I don't remember. Oh, well, no. So, okay, what the fuck do I say about the final? About the difficulty of the final? Oh my god. Oh, I have so much more to go still to write. It's 11:30. Shit. Floor decoding. Okay, deciding floor difficulty. So what do I say about the final? Non-key branches. The first room of the final branch should be slightly more difficult than the last floor of the most difficult key branch. So what's one of the most difficult key branches? 8. So this would be 9. Because the assumption here is that we've killed everything in 2 of these. And then, okay, so final floor 2. I don't know what final floor 2 would be. But yeah, we did 2, right? So 2, I don't know, 11. And then boss is like crush your goddamn face. Boss would be like, what do I even say about the final boss? The final boss is basically like you've done a full clear. It should be strong enough to challenge a group who has cleared the minimum number of key branches and a majority of optional content. So this person has probably, they've killed the Orc Warrens. They've killed all this. They've killed all this. Basically, they killed everything in here. So, I mean, the boss would be like fucking 15 or something like that. And then I guess the Ascent too, right? So, insert row below. This is like Ascent. And then Ascent is a little weirder, right? Because it doesn't really follow this. It's kind of like, you know, just like, you follow your theme back out. And I think, how many rooms did I say the ascent was? Ascent is 4. So castle, so yeah, 4 of them. Okay, so the first floor of the ascent, and basically it should be suicide. It should be absolute suicide unless you've killed everything. Difficulty for the ascent. Those prize monsters should be easy to determine that in first word of epic keepers. I think I wrote some stuff and then I was like, wait, I forgot. Okay, the ascent should be as difficult as the prize boss floor. Whoa. So unless the group fully explored most non-advanced branches, the ascent floor should be suicide. And they should be running. So I think it's like 1, 15, 2, 15. Like it's the same difficulty all the way out. 3, 15, 4, 15. Like you're fucked. You're super dead. Delete column. Yeah. Yeah, the ascent, it's just like you run. But if you're able to kill the final boss, you should be able to like defeat those floors. Okay, so there you go. And then Orc Warrens 2 is acid item. Can I fit that acid item? Okay, so acid item was second floor of Orc Warrens, right? Is that where we decided that this shit would be? Yes. No, it's poison. Poison item. Poison. Actually, this can go this way, so. Okay, so Orc 2 has poison item. Poison boss has acid resist. Boss is acid item. Is that it? Those are the only 2. Those are our 2 branch items. Okay, so hopefully, like, hearing all of this, it's starting to, like, come together. It's just like a weird Metroidvania, roguelike fucking thing, right? Okay, so creating your list of side branches. Here's some stuff. Not all side branches are created equally. Those that appear at different depths should vary in difficulty. But for your DOOMGEON to be successful, consistency is required for your players to be successful. Those that appear at different depths should vary in difficulty, but for your DOOMGEON to be successful, consistency is required for your players to be successful. It's a little confusing, of course. For example, your poison branch should always be the same difficulty, but maybe it can be present early or midway through the main branch. Okay. If it is encountered early, it will be very challenging. So the group could decide to skip it until they get stronger. Maybe they already found the poison resist branch item, and even though they are lower level, they are safe to charge in and get some juicy experience. Poison resist branch. Okay. Remember, a goal of the roguelike style is to reward player knowledge, period. There is always the urge to introduce new, cool branches which have unique mechanics and creatures. This desire must be balanced such that additional playthroughs aren't always something new, because new unknown challenges are often fatal, and they should be. Oh, and they should be so that the player gets a sweet sense of satisfaction when they trivialize something that used to defeat them instantly. Again, see Dark Souls. This is why the Dark Soul genre is so beloved. Yep. Here is an example. Say my DOOMGEON has the standard cycle of key branches: fire, ice, wind, water, acid, poison, golem, vault. I really want to introduce a train, a key branch with the theme of steampunk trains. I should wait to do so for a run, for a longer run, where I can mix it in with familiar branches to give the group the opportunity to. Oh my god, I'm still going. It's fucking nuts. 11:30 already. To grow stronger than the branch would normally require. Then the group can choose to explore it with a tiny sense of safety. If designed correctly, though, even being overpowered shouldn't guarantee safety. Yeah, that's what I feel about that. Oh my dude, why did I write so much? Okay, deciding floor difficulties. This is a little okay. Deciding floor difficulties. Okay, the rate. Well, maybe I should do the double space. I don't have fun here. The rate of character power progression will vary greatly with how much time your group has to play. With infinite time, maybe the prize room requires level 20 in a 5.1 in a 5.1 game. Well, level 20, D&D 5.1 characters. But a more limited group gets a max win at level 5, period, space. It all depends on the style your group enjoys. Here are some rough guidelines, assuming your characters will be 10 times as strong. Oops. 10 times as strong. Yeah, through levels, gear, etc. Your characters will need to be 10 times as strong to defeat the boss, defeat the prize boss, than when they started. Okay. All right. So here's some like specific stuff. The rate of difficulty. Should I do? I kind of do like main branch. Main branch. Really? The rate of difficulty. Descending the main branch should be somewhat linear and predictable. Key branches. Rate of difficulty of the first room of key branches should be at or slightly more difficult than where they are found on the main branch. Additionally, rooms should spike in difficulty, with the final room or boss chamber being 3 or 4 times as difficult as the main branch entry. Remember, branch items should have a large impact. Oh, geez, we're still going. We got this. Those key branches. Non-key branches. Non-key branches are meant to provide safer opportunities to grow in power. Period. The first floor should match that of the main branch entry and progress in a predictable / linear fashion. The final floor may offer a more difficult treasure chamber or boss room. More difficult treasure chamber, boss room, or very, I should say extremely difficult challenge. They can be quirky. Final branches. Final branch. The first room of a final branch should be slightly more difficult than the last floors of the most difficult key branch. ideally the players have cleared multiple key branches. So they should be able to handle it on paper. The real this is the fucking shit. The real challenge. The real challenges from a final branch should reflect those from key branches. The real challenges. The real challenges? By on paper, I mean like there's a bunch of tricks. Like it's CR, okay, so a CR5 encounter, but like they all puke acid, they all do AoEs. There's some bullshit that they do. But so they should be able to handle it on paper. The puzzles and battles from a final branch should hang on. The players should only hang on. What am I trying to say here? So they should be able to handle it only if they hang on. The first room should be slightly more difficult than the last rows and most difficult key branches. They've got multiple key branches, so they should be able to handle it from a character's power perspective. That said, there should be challenges and puzzles which can only be overcome if the players learned from the associated themed key branches, right? That's what I'm trying to say. If there was a fire key branch, there should be really deadly fire things happening that the players can like deal with. There's a fire key branch, should be really deadly fire things happening. Good job. Okay, that's close enough for tonight. I'm not gonna go nuts with it. What else do I say? Like also, I stopped doing this space thing. I did. I'll do it now though. Also, final branches should cause permanent negative changes to the party. They should only enter after copious amounts of planning. The difficulty rating should spike with the final floor being roughly twice as difficult as the hardest branch floor. Okay, then we got the boss room. Like boss chambers. Oh, this is prize boss, actually. Prize boss. And I talked about I have key branches, non-key branches. I don't mention boss branches, do I? I have to have, right? The boss in the prize room Planning difficulty, advanced floors. I don't really say anything about. I should say something about boss. Boss chambers. Boss chambers. Do I not say any? I have to say something about boss chambers. I'm sure that I do. Character progression. Floor difficulty. I don't say shit about them. I talk about the boss in the prize room. So how much more difficult should the boss of a branch be? I mean, the boss should not be like crazy out of control. You know, like 50% stronger than like boss chambers. I would say the bosses at the end of key branches or other places, really wherever you want to drop a boss, should be roughly 50% more powerful than the difficulty of the floor where the party enters the chamber from. If they have cleared the branch and a bit of another, they should be strong enough to face the boss, and period. Furthermore, if the party has extensive knowledge of a boss, they should be able to defeat it with via like skill or cleverness, right? Okay, so prize boss. What do we say at the prize boss? I say the boss in the prize room. Oh god, it's so tough. Should be strong enough to challenge a group who has cleared the minimum number of key branches and a majority of optional content. The nature of the prize boss is such that a group could kill it, get its loot, and not pick up the prize, which would trigger the ascent. Be strong enough to challenge a group who has cleared the minimum number of key branches and a majority of optional content. The nature of the prize boss is such that the group could kill it, get its loot, and not pick up the prize. It could be that you plan advanced key branches which require the group to be incredibly strong. For example, a particular DOOMGEON could have a minimum clear of 25 floors and a maximum of 100. With advanced branches like hell, which require with advanced branches such as hell, pandemonium, a city of Tarasques, like who knows? Who knows what you'll come up with? Planning the difficulty. Oh, advanced floors. That's what I'm talking about here. Advanced. Well, it's advanced branches, I guess. That's what I get into here. Planning the difficulty of advanced branches. Can follow whatever rules you like. In general, try to identify either which other branch or branches would need to be cleared. Before the group could hope to survive. And set that as the difficulty. In my prior example, where the group kills the prize boss, I would use its difficulty to determine that of the first floor of my advanced branch. Do I not mention anything about like I mentioned like that the prize boss could actually drop an item that like helps you on an advanced thing. Wait, did I just not read it? Optional content, they could kill it. Oh yeah, with not pick up the prize. Particular DOOMGEON could have and so that there's a difficulty. Going even further, I could have the prize boss also drop a branch item for the advanced branch. Or require the kill to even get in there. It drops a special key needed to open the branch. Anyway, I mean, it doesn't matter. You fucking get what I'm trying to say. Character progression. Character progression. Oh boy. Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. How characters grow in power is it's entirely dependent on the TTRPG system used. Right? Some systems rely on equipment, character points, levels, and many other variables to determine relative strength. If you have mapped out your DOOMGEON and understand the difficulty level of your floors, you must map out or otherwise plan how to provide the group opportunities to get as strong as they need to be. In the case of D&D 5e, it is quite easy to make sure each floor provides the necessary amount of experience points. If you want to make it even simpler, you can assign milestone experience to each floor. Fortunately, most TTRPG systems also have loot tables which coincide with challenge / difficulty ratings. So the issue of what to award is made simpler. Considering the style and limitations of roguelikes, you will need to curate those lists. The last thing you want is a character trapped in your dungeon, like rolling a scroll of, I don't know, planar travel. Although maybe you do want that. I have an arrow. I have a circle and an arrow. One strategy would be to figure out what power level they need to be to fight the prize boss. And then work your way back through your DOOMGEON, allocating resources as you go until you arrive on the first floor. Allocating resources. You're at the first floor with none until you arrive back on the first floor with well, level need to be to fight the prize boss, and then work your way back through your DOOMGEON, allocating resources as you go. Just make sure that when you arrive back on the first floor, your experience pool, or the pool you are using to distribute resources is empty, or at whatever level you want it to be at. Sure. Oh man. Okay, and then did I already write down the stuff about the ascent, advanced branches, prize boss? I think it was here. The ascent. The ascent should be as difficult as the prize boss. Oh, the ascent floors. Unless the group fully explored unless the group fully explored all key branches and majority of non-key branches, the ascent floors should be suicide, with the goal being to survive while running. Jesus crispy. Is that it? That's it. Dude, that's it. Okay. Did I start something else? Oh, and then I was getting ready to start a section about floor traversal. Jesus. Okay, am I thoroughly obsessed yet? That's only 14 pages, though. I don't know what the fuck's... I'm not... Actually, if this were a PDF, it'd be a lot more than that. Blah, 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 blah. I want to center it. Do I have it like a center? Here we go. Boop. I guess this is title. Title. Heading 1. Also heading 1. Also heading 1. This is actually a heading 2. Wait, there's a quick key for this. Heading 2. Control Alt 2. I would love to do that. In fact, I will do that a bunch. Control Alt 2. Control Alt 2. And then this is a this is a heading 1. Whoops. Is it Control Alt 1? Control 2. This is kind of a really long section here. Figuring out a schedule. Figuring out schedule. Figuring out the basics. Schedule system. Is that what I want to say? Is this heading? What is this heading to? So this is heading 3. Figuring out the basics. Okay, wait. Generating a DOOMGEON. Heading 2. This is all, yeah, heading 3. Oh, don't. Already did that? Yeah, heading 3. Branch items. Determine difficulty. Determine difficulties. List of side branches. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Why did I put that up here then? Different interpretations depending on. Wait. In general. A value of 1. Okay, wait. But then I talk about difficulties again down here. So why I talk about it twice? Should have an idea of the relative difficulty of each floor. The representative numbers here will have a different interpretation. And then I have some rough guidelines. Is that what I'm saying down here? Example floor difficulty guidelines. Is that what I'm saying here? This is heading 3, so this is like heading 4. Because why not? Descent. Advanced branches. And then we're on a separate, we're on like a whole like heading fucking 1 now, right? This heading 1 was generating a DOOMGEON. Example. Planning a DOOMGEON given a duration. Are we still there? I don't think we're still there anymore. Example dungeon given a duration. No, like character, this is a whole different like thing. that's a whole other like heading, right? Character progression. Blah 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 boop. Okay, and so also what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna insert a I'm gonna insert table of contents and a page break. That's what I'm gonna do here. So insert a page break. Page break. Voila. Insert table of contents. Table of contents. Table of contents. Table of contents. This one? Works for me. I feel like I should just cut all this rest of the stuff and just like do like notes. And I can incorporate a bunch of this stuff in it. Because this is all very like specific. This is like very specific stuff. So let's cut this. And then at the end, we'll just do like notes. Insert a page break, because that's what you do. Insert page break. Paste. And then I'll just do the one heading. That's basically just like notes. Control. Wait. Title doesn't have a hotkey, so it's only heading one has a hotkey. Wonder if it automatically updates. Does it automatically update this? I have to click it. Update. Notes. Page 12. Oh, it's only like 10 pages. That's not. This isn't bad. But I mean, I wrote all this stuff in my little notebook, and I filled up like half of this notebook in 3 days with my ideas on this. They've been that's how long they've been percolating. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share this over to Heim. Give me a shareable link. Anyone with this link can edit. No. How about we do Monsieur Heim can edit. No. Anyone with link. Hang on. Delete the link. Delete it. I just want to share it with Heim. Where am I at? Oh, I'm at Dropbox, right? So let's go to Dropbox. I'll share it with Heim that way. I can't remember what folder I put it in. Is it content? I mean, it's kind of content. Game dev, PDF resources. Is it game dev? I can see myself putting it in game dev. It's just like my random shit. I didn't dare put it in public, right? RPG Stories does have a website. Where the fuck did I put it? Where is this folder? Where does this folder live? Content streaming. Oh, it doesn't need to be here. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move the folder. Can I move the folder? Can I go to streaming? Can I go to DOOMGEON folder? And can I like move this thing? Move. You're going to content. You're going to straight content. No, just there. Move. You're getting out of stream. You're just pure content. There we go. Share with Heim. I think he can already. Only you can access. How do I tell who can share with my team? I don't want anyone on the link. I want only like folder membership. Limit who can be added as a member of folders. Anyone who can access this folder. To edit, ask your admin. Oh yeah, I'm not the admin. That's why I have a separate account for it. That's anyway. No, I don't want to do that now. Delete it. Delete link. I'll figure this out off stream. Hey, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. This was your crash course and me doing a brain dump from my notebook to... No, I don't want to... I want my changes saved. Thank you very much. Can I refresh? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to fucking copy everything. I don't trust you if you're telling me that if I refresh it, I lose shit. Last edited 4 minutes ago. Does that seem right? I think that seems right. How about I do this? Bup, bup, bup. Last edited a second ago. Keep. Fine, be that way. Be that way. Thank you very much for joining me. It was super fun tonight. I know it's not like the most exciting thing ever to watch someone staring down at their notepad while they're typing, but I hope that my ongoing endless monologue narrative entertained you. With that, have a great night. I will talk to you all again very, very soon. Just a reminder that on this upcoming Tuesday, I'm going to be doing the camera work for the Blue Box RPG stream. It should be super fun. They're going to be exploring Argenvasholt. The map of Argenvasholt. They're going to be doing something different. But definitely stay tuned for that. It should be a lot of fun. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Have a great